Hola clase, bienvenidos a la lección de posesivos en español. Los posesivos están en la página 84 de sus libros. The biggest thing with this page is that there are no apostrophe S's in Spanish. There is no apostrophe S in Spanish, period. Don't ever try to use it. It doesn't exist. So, for example, in English we say Bob's dog, Mary's purse, my sister's friend. All those have an apostrophe S on them. We're trying to say that the purse belongs to Mary, the dog belongs to Bob, and my friend belongs to my sister in a certain way. In Spanish, you cannot say that. It doesn't exist. So kind of pretend that it doesn't exist at all in your world either. Get rid of that thought process completely. Instead, what you say is the dog of Bob, the purse of Mary, the friend of my sister. So you just turn it around and say the dog of Bob, the purse of Mary, the friend of my sister, etc. So in Spanish you would say el perro de Bob, la bolsa de Mary, la amiga de mi hermana. So the friend of my sister, the dog of Bob, and the purse of Mary. So that's how you do possessives in Spanish. Not hard. Just don't try to do apostrophe S. Now there's also possessive adjectives like his or hers or mine or ours. We already know mine. We already know yours. Now all you just have to learn are the other ones. So mi clase de español es interesante. My Spanish class is interesting. But now you can think if you pluralize it, so that's mis clases son interesantes. So all of my classes son interesantes. So classes is plural, so mis has to be plural, so todas has to be plural, so interesantes has to be plural. So it's the same idea. You're still matching everything. Plural, 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 plural. And feminine, 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 feminine. So mi clase, mis clases. Tu libro es grande. Tus libros son grandes. So your book is big. Your books are big. So tu libro, tus libros. It always has to match the books or the whatever is being possessed, not who's possessing it, because you are never going to be plural, or I am never going to be plural, but the things that I possess might be, and that's where you get the plural from. So su clase, the clase of Juan, es aburrida, so his class is boring. His classes, sus clases, son aburridas. So make sure that you're doing plural, 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 feminine, 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 feminine. Now nuestro is the one that changes feminine, masculine, singular, and plural. The other ones only change singular and plural. There is no feminine, masculine form. So for me, tu, and su, there is no masculine form or feminine form. It's just generic. But for nuestro, if you notice this symbolism again, o, a, os, or a, that means that it could be masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. So nuestra clase es grande. So if you have a feminine noun, you need a feminine possession. Nuestras clases son grandes. Nuestro amigo, so now we have a masculine thing. So it's nuestro amigo es alto. Nuestros amigos son altos. So nuestra clase, nuestras clases, nuestro amigo, nuestros amigos. And then su profesor, so Jaime y Maria are plural people now, but they only one profesor, so they're just su. Su profesor es interesante, and sus profesores, so multiple professors now, sus profesores son interesantes. Those are the possessive adjectives. Now let's put them together. De quién. De quién is a question word that you had last week, and now you can understand maybe a little bit better how to use it. So this is whose, but whose is the same idea as apostrophe S in English, but we don't have apostrophe S in Spanish, remember? So now we have to ask de quién, of whom, is what you're saying. So remember, you have to say, the house is of María y Juan. So la casa es de María y Juan. Or la casa de María y Juan es grande. So su casa es grande. So we're doing la casa es de María y Juan. So the house is of María y Juan. Their house is big. The book is Juan's. So in English we would want to say the book is Juan. But in Spanish you have to say de Juan. That's all. And then you can say his book is red. Su libro es rojo. So whose are those books? Los libros son de Ramón. So those books are Ramón, which means, or in Spanish you would say of Ramón. And then his books are new. Sus libros son nuevos. ¿De quién son las manzanas? So the manzanas are of the man in the market. Sus manzanas son deliciosas. Now why is this del bolded and italicized? When we're using the word de all the time, sometimes when we want to say el hombre del mercado or el profesor or something like that, anytime you have a de next to an L, de and L combine to make del. So de plus L equals del. And that happened here too. The man of the market. So we have el hombre de el mercado, and we just combine them to say del. This will be important for the handout sheet that you have underneath here for practice. So go ahead and do that. I hope this was clear enough for all of you. The more you do the practice, the clearer it will become. Hasta pronto.